Good morning, year five. So it is our science lesson now, and it's the second lesson of week beginning 19th April. So today we are going to discuss about reversible and irreversible changes. Our learning objective for today is to identify and explain reversible and irreversible changes. So, at the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify reversible and irreversible changes. You will be able to explain what is a reversible change, what is an irreversible change, and you will be able to give examples of reversible and irreversible changes. So, I want all of you to write this in your copybook, the learning objective. Then, starter is think it question. Water can be frozen into solid and melted back into liquid. So if you have ice, it will melt and it will change into liquid. If I freeze this again, do you think it will change back? Yes, it will change back to solid again. Same way, there are some changes that you can get back the original thing. If you stretch a rubber band, its length will change, but when you leave it, it will come back to its original shape and size. Same way, ice cream left to on a hot place or in a warm place, it will change to liquid. And the same liquid, you cool it, you'll get ice cream back. Butter, when heated, it melts, but when frozen again or kept in a cold place, it will again freeze. Same way the chocolate melts. If you are holding it in your hand, also it will melt. If you keep it in the fridge, it again you can get the solid chocolate back. So this type of change where you can get back the original thing or the original state is known as a reversible change. So reversible changes are changes where something can be changed back to its original state. So melting chocolate by heating and then allowing it to cool, dissolving salt in water. Yeah, in the last lesson we have been discussing how can we separate salt from water. So the dissolving is a reversible change because I can get back the salt that I have dissolved in the water if I evaporate the water. So dissolving of salt in water or sugar in water is a reversible change. Then mixing sand with water. So if I have mixed sand with water, can I separate them? Yes. Can I get sand again, water again back? Yes, by filtration. So, or did you know that all these changes are known as reversible changes because we can get back the original material or the original state of that thing. So even the water cycle, we have studied about water cycle, how the water goes around in the environment. That is also involves reversible changes because the water evaporates, condense, again comes down. So it is a reversible change. I hope you got what is the meaning of reversible change. Think of some examples where you have seen some changes which are reversible. Then we come to irreversible changes. So a change is called irreversible if it cannot be changed back again. For example, if I'm cooking an egg, can you get back the egg again? The liquid form of the egg? No, it is a permanent change. It cannot be undone. Baking, for example, we add a lot of things and the mixture that you make ready for baking is in a liquid state. After you bake it, can you get back the original batter? No, you cannot undo. So these changes where new materials are formed is known as irreversible changes. So in an irreversible change, new materials are formed. Some examples of irreversible changes you can see here. An irreversible change is a permanent change that cannot be undone. Baking, cooking, frying of egg, then burning. Burning is a good example of an irreversible change. If you burn something, you get ash and smoke, which you cannot get back the original thing. So burning is an irreversible change and a new product is formed. In an irreversible change, something new or new material is formed, like in burning, ash and smoke is formed. Metals, they rust. the rusting of the metal when it's exposed to moisture. They develop some kind of rust, like it's brown in color, and you cannot change it back. Mixing of cement. If cement powder is mixed with water, it forms a new material which is very hard, and you cannot get back. You cannot evaporate, or you cannot use a filter paper to get back the cement again. So that is again an example of an irreversible change. Now, to get more understanding of reversible and irreversible change, I want you to watch this video. Now this is the task that is to be done in your copybook. So we just wrote the learning objective in the copybook, and now you have to divide your page into two, write reversible and irreversible, and here are some examples. Okay, these items you need to sort them into reversible and irreversible changes. So melting of ice, where will you put melting of ice? In reversible change. So same way, frying of egg, where should you put them? So sort these items into the two columns in your copybook, whether it will be reversible or irreversible. So if you play the slideshow, the answers are also here, but I want you to do first and then check if you are right, and then write what ACPs and the VAs have we used in this lesson. Then your plenary. This also has to be done in your copybook, but I don't want you to copy the sentences. You just copy, write true or false, and then write number one, whether it is true or false. Number two is true or false. So do this first. Here also in your slideshow, if you click on each of them, it will show you whether you are right or you are wrong. So check your answers after you are done. Click on each of the questions and you will know whether you are right or wrong. So check your answers. Okay, that's it for today. So in the copybook, you don't need to copy all the slides. I want you to make this column here, this two column here, and sort these into reversible and irreversible changes into the separate columns, and then you can try to add on some of your own examples of reversible and irreversible under this. Okay, try to add some of your own examples. So I hope now you can identify what is reversible and what is irreversible changes. That's a lesson for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.